When we talk about run and gun setups, two microphones will be very prominently featured on YouTube, the Rode Video Micro and the Deity D4 Duo. Both of these cost below $90 and records really good vocals. We'll break down to see which one has the edge and give you the extra functionality to make it worth your buck. So if interested, you want to keep on watching. Let's move on straight outdoors to test both of them out. You guys must be wondering, why are we here? It's so noisy. Well, this is the perfect place to be able to test the two microphones. Here on my A6400, I have the Rode Video Micro. Here I have is the Sony ZV-1 with the Deity Duo V microphone. Here, let me show you guys. So here is the first camera, the A6400 with the Rode Video Micro. And here I have is the Sony ZV-1 with the Deity Duo V microphone. Alright, let's bring this and have a walk around test. So as you guys have seen from the first video, the Deity D4 microphone has two microphones, one at the back and one at the front. We are mainly testing the front microphone to be able to see how well it captures my vocals. Now as you can see, the waterfall is right behind me over here, so it'll be really loud. So these few days has been raining, so you can see as the sky is a little darker than usual. But as you can see at the back, there's also actually decorations for this the Mid-Autumn Lantern Festival. So there are a lot of actually interesting new aesthetic decos around here. Okay, let's have a turn around and you guys can hear the ambient noise that's being recorded. So one very obvious advantage that the Deity D4 Duo mic has is that it has two microphones, one at the back and one at the front. So even if I were to turn it this way, the audio at the back will still be recording. Whereas this Rode Video Micro, you can hear that the audio isn't as good. Alright, my battery is getting weak on the ZV-1, I need to switch it out. Alright, we are back in power. Just as I'm mentioning, the edge of having to be able to record both the audio at the front and the back is quite advantageous, especially for all those who are vlogging. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to walk a bit further away from the source of the noise, which is obviously the waterfall, and see if it makes a very big difference. So as we are making our way up a flight of stairs, you can probably hear the lessening of the waterfall noises. So what do you guys think about the audio that's captured on both of these microphones so far? I would say it's the closest apple-to-apple comparison, as these two microphones are quite commonly used in the content creation sphere. So as we begin to walk away from it, I'm sure my audio is definitely much better, my vocals are definitely much better. But do let me know down in the comments below what do you guys think about the audio so far. But the view here is really nice, I must say. Alright, so you guys roughly have an idea of how well these two microphones performs in an indoor but yet noisy environment. Let's head on outdoors to be able to see whether the results differs. Hi guys, so here we are with our outdoor test. I have both the microphones mounted. This is the one with the Deity D4 Duo and this one is with the Rode Video Micro. And we can see at the top, this is how it's being attached. Alright, let's keep this in the pocket. I can't hold two things at once. And a little confession, you guys probably noticed the same clothes that I'm wearing compared with the first video which I did for the Deity D4 mic. So this is one trick of me shooting my content. I actually do batch production, meaning I try to shoot as many content as I can on one day, and the trick is to just changing clothes. Alright, so this is the audio that's coming out from both of the microphones. What do you guys think? Okay, so let's just start with the Rode Video Micro. Alright, this is the audio that's coming out from the Rode Video Micro. And this is the audio that's coming out from the Deity Duo D4 V microphone. Now I'm just going to turn a little and we're going to be facing the sea, and you guys can probably hear a lot of the wave sound. This is the audio that's coming out from the Deity D4, and this is the audio that's coming out from the Rode Video Micro. Now East Coast Park, as you guys saw from the first video, is actually a very long stretch of the beach from, I guess, the east of Singapore all the way to the city area. So if you turn to the back, you guys can probably see that this is the city area. which unfortunately has started to rain. So in terms of wind noises, I won't say that both of them would do very different. Wind muffs are probably the same. The quality of the wind muffs can only be so good, taking into account that we are actually paying about less than 100 for both of these mics with the wind muff included. And if you guys seen one of my videos, actually the wind muff is actually also known as a dead cat. It's basically just a furry thing to be able to take away some of the wind noises that has a very flat feel, like the boo. Do also leave me down in the comments below if you guys have other microphones that are close with this category that you can recommend. I have other microphones that have a bigger profile, such as the Rode Video Mic Go, but to me it's a little bit more hassle carrying that around than carrying with either of these microphones. There are times which I bring heavy equipment around and it tends to hit objects and even people, so that is definitely something which you want to consider. Alright, if not, as you guys can see, it's about to rain. Let's head back to the studio and conclude the results that we get from these two microphones. Alright, now that we're back in the studio, you guys must be thinking, both of them sound really similar, but let's break down their similarities, differences, and then analyze their audio quality. Number 1. Similarities. Now the first similarity both of them has is that they record in the cardioid pickup pattern. It's reflected in this bubble shape diagram, which audio picks up really well, especially at the front. Number 2. The Rycote Lyre suspension mount. Let's remove the wind muffs. You can see there's this U-shaped thing over here. Now this U-shaped thing reduces all the vibrations made towards your microphone itself, and it's really efficient at doing that. Because of the way you hold your camera and move, there will be vibrations made towards your camera. This Rycote Lyre suspension mount acts like a cushion to be able to reduce a lot of all of these vibrations made towards the microphone itself, which gives you excellent audio quality. Last of the similarities, both of them have a very similar physical profile. If you can see from the side, they look identical. The Rode Video Micro comes in about 8.1 cm or 3.2 inches, while the Deity comes in at 8.9 cm or 3.5 inches. Both of them roughly weigh the same at about 40 grams or 1.41 ounce. And both of them does not need a battery to function, which is really convenient compared with other microphones out there. They both do not run on batteries and just need this wire to be able to connect to your camera itself. But a word of warning though, they are not of very good quality. I have a microphone wire from the Rode Video Mic Go that is exactly the same as this Rode Video Micro. And as you can see, it's quite in a horrible condition right now as the wire itself peeled over time due to rough usage. So that's one weakness I guess both of these has. Before we move on to the differences, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. It's a small way to show your appreciation for the time taken to put this video together. Now, let's talk about their differences. If you guys can hear once we put the Rode Video Mic Go closer and I hit it, you can hear a very metallic feel towards it, while the Deity D4 mic, it has a very plasticky feel. So I would say even though both of them are as durable, this one will feel a lot more premium compared to the Deity D4. Other than that, the other materials used for both of these mics, I would say they are roughly the same. Number 2 is the Deity can record in dual recording, while the Rode Video Micro can't. The Rode Video Micro only has one microphone at the front, recording audio from only the front direction, while the Deity D4 has two microphones, one at the back and one at the front, and not to mention there's a switch at the side which allows you to switch between recording stereo and mono. Not only that, if we turn it at the side, you can see there's a way to be able to input another microphone over here, which allows you flexibility if you want two microphones to record on one audio track. Going back to the two microphones, this one will be an excellent choice if you are actually vlogging with it, as you can record audio from the back and also audio at the front, which is really good if you are interviewing somebody. Whereas this you can't because there's no direct microphone and you have to just project your voice out so that the front mic will be able to pick a little bit of that. Last but not least, is quite obvious, is the color. One is red and one is yellow. Some brands such as Canon has red accents to it, so the Rode Video Micro blends well, while Nikon have very little capable video cameras, so most of the setups that I have would have the yellow color more outstanding. So I know this is not a very big deal, but this does affect the overall aesthetics, and this is something to consider. Let's analyze the results that we get from this from both the indoor and outdoor tests. From these few tests, it's quite hard to come to a conclusive results regarding their audio quality, as they both perform really well in capturing vocals. Now as you can see, the waterfall is right behind me over here, so it'll be really loud. So these few days has been raining, so you can see as the sky is a little darker than usual. And here is another clip. The quality of the wind muffs can only be so good, taking into account that we are actually paying about less than 100 for both of these mics with the wind muff included. Honestly, I can't notice any major difference in the audio quality. Can you? Perhaps if I ever come to a separate conclusion, I will definitely update in the video description. But for now, to me, it is a tie. Last but not least, the most important question of them all. How much does both of these cost? The Rode Vinyl Micro comes in at 58 USD, while the Deity D4 comes in about 89 USD. So let's conclude. Which one of these microphones should you get? I have just one simple question. Do you need to record audio from the back of the microphone? If your answer is yes, just go for the Deity D4. It has two microphones, one at the front and one at the back, and allows you to do dual recording with two different microphones. If your answer is no, just go for the Rode Video Micro. It will save you $30, which is a 50% increase in price compared with the Deity D4, which you can use to be able to get lights or other accessories to enhance your setup. Either ways, I love both of these and I won't choose one over another. It just depends on the situation which I'm in. If you have enjoyed this video, I'm sure you guys will enjoy many others too. I have a playlist over here which you can check out in terms of my gear reviews. If not, I'll see you guys in the next video.